What's going on, guys? It's Flaws, and in this video I'm going to be showing you the best way to utilize each nade in Counter-Strike. The map doesn't matter, but we're just going to get through the basic concepts of when you want to use certain nades. So starting off with the smoke, lineups are probably the biggest one. So like, let's say you don't want someone just to peek top mid completely dry. You can throw a smoke like that lands for a window, or whatever one you learn. That's the problem with lineups, is they do take a little bit to learn, but once you learn them, it helps tremendously in the round. Then you can throw something like that. And all that takes is 2 smokes, and you basically have a lot more control than mid. What this does for the counter terrorists is they have a lot of information that they're missing. You can throw a little bit better smoke on con there, but basically just controlling the map is the biggest thing that T's are going to use smokes for. You can push counter terrorists into weird situations where they're kind of calling misinformation, or maybe they're pushing through bad smokes, or you can just use them to full execute a site, which is probably the best way. But just learn lineups with your team if you're going to be trying to get better with friends or something. But I'd say lineups are the biggest way to just utilize smokes effectively. The next best way is a little bit later in the round. Like, let's say you get out here, you kind of trapped, and you know that someone's playing in jungle. You can throw a smoke like this, maybe top it with like a flash like that. You don't even need to, like, we're talking about smokes right now. So you throw a smoke like that, you cross over, and then you can get the bomb down. If it's something like a little different situation, like you know that someone might be holding on site, you can throw a smoke deeper in sight and then just plant in a random spot. What that does is it kind of lets you get that bomb down, and then you can control the round however you want, basically, because you're not just planting in a spot where you know that you can get swung on. So it's a way to just control the round and turn it in your own favor. That being said, you know, the counter terrorists can do the exact same thing on the other side. They can use the smokes at the start of the round for control in an area where they don't want you to fly out, like this. Then they can get set up in mid, or maybe they get set up in a different area of the map and push for different like map control. So you can do that just to control the map at the start of the round. If you do start hearing like a hit, you can throw a very simple smoke like in front of you, just to kind of split up the actual attack, because on a lot of uncoordinated teams, even if they are coordinated teams, like, this makes it really awkward for the T's just to swing out on site and get free kills. Like, some might be like, oh, maybe I'll push through the smoke and like come through here, and then it's a free kill. Or they just say, I'll swing around it, and then that gives your team just time to rotate in. It delays. It does a really good job of splitting the actual attack up and making it awkward for them, instead of just 4 people swinging on you when you're playing your position. That being said, we're going to talk about retakes. Like, let's say, I believe it's something like this. Yeah. So if you know lineups on retakes, it makes it a lot easier. You don't really need to, though, on like most maps or most games that you play. Like, let's say I throw that smoke. If anyone's playing in Palace on the T side, they're kind of useless in helping while I'm hitting the site with my team. So we get out here, we get all this information. I don't really have to worry about anyone swinging out that tight angle in Palace. So it's like, okay, that's cleared. Now I can actually start holding this. But you can just neutralize angles and just help the retake. That being said as well, I talked about smoking off the bomb and just getting right on it and making it really awkward for the T's, because it's a lot harder to kill someone, you know, you can't see them. But those are the best ways to use smokes in Counter-Strike. The second name we're going to talk about is flashbangs. I think the biggest use for flashbangs is entry fragging. So not necessarily for yourself, but for your team. Like, if I get into this corner or whatever, into this bar, and I throw this flash right here, that's just like a simple lineup. It can be thrown in a million different ways. Like, you can throw it from back here, something like that. Doesn't have to be anything too crazy, but just to help your team get out through those different choke points. Also, if they're already out on site and they want to swing like a weird kind of difficult angle to clear like this, you can be right here, throw a flash like that. Once that pops, your team can just swing out like this, maybe get someone stairs, maybe get someone jungle, and just kind of take deeper parts of the map. Like, maybe you took the site very quickly, you know, one could be CT, you have your team swinging out like this, and that one person back site just throws a nice pop flash like that. So then when that pops, you swing, you get a free kill on the people that are rotating in. So that's probably the best use for flashes, is just getting like really aggressive with them. You can obviously use them in different ways to like delay. Again, similar to smokes, you can use them to counter the actual take. So like, people are coming out ramp, you throw a quick flash like that and swing with it. Anyone that's swinging out to this spot right here, it should be like completely full blind. If I'm swinging with that flash, I don't have to be worried about being blind because my line of sight's like not there, so I won't be blind by that flash. Kind of similar thing to here. I throw a flash like that and swing anyone default on site. If they just killed like my teammate's ramp, I throw that flash and then you go to hold this palace angle. Even if I don't swing out, I just throw like a flash like that and just hold a sec. They might be ready for me to swing out palace, and then my team can still wrap around on site. So flashes make it really chaotic and awkward for the counter terrorists to hold the site. Same thing goes for counter terrorists though. If they're getting like pushed on a site, they can throw a flash like this and swing with it. It's really quick that you have to like make the decision to use a flash or not. But it can really turn like your 1v1 fights or 1v2 fights. Like let's go to B real quick. This is like one of my favorite flashes. I'm holding market, I see one, maybe we hear another one there. I throw a nice flash like this and peek with it. It's a way safer peek than if it was to just like swing like this, right? If someone's opping and that flash goes off, they might shoot their op shot off, then I can swing, get a free kill. Maybe they don't even choose to shoot because they're full blind. Swing out, still get a free kill. You can use them to reposition. So let me rethrow that a little bit better. Similar to that. Peek, they don't see anyone. Then I can start walking, right? I know no one's pushing out that side. I can kind of in my head be like, okay, if they're not already out market door, but I know that they're in market, there's a really good chance that they're trying to come out window here in this timing of the round. Similar to like how we're playing after plants with smokes, you can do the same thing with flashes. Let's say I planted for myself here. He taps the bomb. Throw a flash like that. Actually, I'd probably throw it a little better than that. Something like this. Swing off with it. If he's off the bomb, I have a lot of info. It's very safe. It's not really likely that I get one tapped. And it's a really solid way to push off oppers on sites. So keep that in mind. Say someone's CT opping, they shot a shot off. Throw a flash like that. As I'm running up, I know I can pretty much run with my knife out through this angle. And if that flash popped, there's a really good chance that they got blinded. They have to fall back here and hold from this angle. So a good way to push oppers that like to hold angles off. But those are probably the most common uses for flashes. There's obviously retaking and clearing specific corners. Like, let's say someone's here. They want to clear stairs. They know someone's been spamming right here. They have their teammate throw this flash. Like that. As it pops, you're swinging stairs and you can potentially get a free kill, but at least a lot of map control. So really good ways to clear out different angles, and you can really just use them to swing 1v1s very easily. The next thing we're going to talk about is Molotovs. I think Molotovs are really huge for taking sites and retaking, just to clear out angles that you don't really want to deal with, and they're very difficult to clear out. So like under, I mean, that's a really tough one. Throw a molly like that. Anyone that's playing under is going to have to get pushed out at least to this angle. You know, maybe it's not the best, but if you have any of your teammates set up here, that should be a free kill. If not, they'll at least hear the person under. They might have to be forced to use their smoke, and then they're playing inside of their own smoke, which is really tough on the counter terror side when a full hit's coming in. We go towards the B site. You can use it at the start of the round, like here. Yep, just like that. No, throw a deep molly, like that. Basically what that does is cuts off a lot of the map. So you throw that, you still hear some footsteps. They're going through the fire. It's a lot easier to spray down people on 50 HP when you're on the counter terror side, even on like a full save for the other team, than to just have to deal with everyone with full health and shoot 3 people at 75 health. They pick up the gun and win the round. So using your mollies at the start of the round, like effectively, you know, maybe not throwing it off the wall, but something like that. If you're mid here, you know, a couple seconds go down in the round, you don't hear anything, you can throw something for under. Maybe throw one for palace. It's another good way to delay, but it kind of gives you more information if someone accidentally walks into it. If we're gonna be going to B here, really good on the T side to clear out bench like this, and clear out back site. Nope. 1 sec. There we go, like that. But just clearing out different angles with the Molotovs is like a really good way to use them. I'd say on T side it's a little difficult to pull them out like mid round and try to utilize them in some situations, because your team's probably not going to be holding like the way a team should to let you use your utility. Like if someone's close up here and you pull out a Molotov, you know, this person might not do their job and like get this information and get this cleared out for you. So I'd say just make sure you're using your Molotov safely in solo queue unless you're playing with a team. You can also use it to like deny plant. Like let's say someone plants here. You know, there's a couple seconds left in the round. I throw a molly like that. I know for a fact I won the round with like 10 seconds left, so it's a really good way to secure rounds. I don't have to take an aim duel. It could be like here. I peek out, throw a molly like that. I 100% won the round unless they have a smoke, which if it's later in the round, there's a good chance they don't. So mollies are extremely important to win late round. They're also really important to get information. So that's the best use for Molotovs. I think one of the most underutilized nade in Counter-Strike is the HE grenade. I think it's very useful at like killing people off. So like let's say I have a teammate who swings out right here. He's fighting like an opper CT and he dies. If I'm the second guy and I'm swinging out here, I can throw a nade just like that. That doesn't do anything for me. Like there's really no chance that I'm dying to that guy CT if I throw that nade. Like very easy. That could do that extra 50 damage to that person CT, and then we get a free kill. We can instantly swing onto the site and know that that spot's cleared out. So it's a really underutilized nade because I think people use it in the wrong way. They use it like on full HP people, which isn't like the worst thing. Obviously it's decent to soften someone up as you're hitting the site. Like I'm pretty guilty of throwing this one jungle sometimes just to maybe get someone rotating back in. If my team's already hit the site and there's, you know, CTs on con or jungle, I'll throw that one, or maybe something like on stairs, so like this. Or something similar where I think you can just, yeah, you can just throw something like that. And just kind of do some extra damage on people, like that's fine. I think the best way to get nades, like usage out of the round is use it on people that are already like lit up, that you can take out of the round. Like that's obviously way more important than doing a little bit of damage in the round, because someone on 1 HP can still get a 3k, someone on 0 HP can't get a single kill. So that's like the best way to use nades. You can finish off low HP people, you can throw it behind very common played angles like this, so that way if they do peek out, it's a lot more likely your team gets that free kill. You can also use it to peek out with, so like let's say we plant here, that's obviously not like a free kill if I'm swinging out and they're defusing. If I throw a nade like this and I swing with it, actually that's not the best, but let's say it was like that. I swing with that, that smoke is actually going to be like very effective on covering me up as I swing out. Same thing goes for if I plant like on this box right here. That does a lot of damage right there, as well as kind of gives me like a free kill, because if you're holding right here and you get naded like that, it's hard to see through it. It's like very difficult to see through an actual grenade, like the smoke and the fire. So you can use it to peek off of. It's free damage. You can use it to clear out a corner like this. If I throw that, you can hear the sound effect of it hitting the person. So if it hits them, you, oh, okay, 100% there's a person there. If not, they're obviously lit for like 50. But try to get like your maximum use out of your nade. Don't just be throwing them to throw them. And I mean, I don't know how I didn't talk about this one yet, but the biggest use for nades now, and this is why you should just hold them and not just whip them out and throw them for no reason, is a smoke like this. You throw a nade in that, blow it up, you can kill that diffuser if they smoke off your Molotov or something. So nades are super effective in Counter-Strike now, especially now that's Counter-Strike 2 and you can nade smokes. So those are the best ways to use nades. Let me know what you guys think if you have anything else to add to the video. But otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.